New England. How do you f things up? Let me count the ways. I've lost count.
Oh, I'm so awkward.
So airing up the tyres on this thing to get it out of the corner here. We're going to take the fenders off and do all that sort of stuff. And I'm using Taylor's shop compressor, which I'm not super used to. I didn't really pay attention, put about 53 psi in a dry rotted tyre. Didn't explode, so that's good. Press button. Press the button.
I already did.
You did?
Yes.
Cool, because I forget. Squareback time. Didn't really take you through it before, but this is going to be a rust exploration day. So we're going to take apart all the bits and pieces. Fenders are coming off, and I'm just going to start poking and prodding and see how many holes there are. Your girlfriend's making a lot of noise.
Yeah, she does that.
How much welding is going to need to be done. We know this runs already.
Runs. It's a strong word.
Yeah, it starts.
Yeah.
So I just got to clean out all the crap in the back, take all the carpets out and stuff, and then we're just going to set about it with a screwdriver and find out what's soft and what isn't. Watch this space.
Soft.
Soft. How dare you? What are you saying? I'm making a squareback fork. Oh, that'll do the job. Because we've used lift cable for all kinds of things.
Yes.
Thanks. Don't poke me in the eye with it. Hi.
Hello.
Making a squareback fork because it's not terribly hot, but I really don't want to bake in the sun. I'd rather bake under a canvas. Alright, so first order of the day is to get all that junk out the square. That's just the interior, some engine bits and whatnot that's been stored in there. And once that is all out, we're going to take a look at the side fenders and pull those off, which is just a whole bunch of nuts and bolts basically. And hopefully they'll come off fairly easily. I predict some YouTubing. So this isn't going to be the usual just sort of rip all the carpet out, try not to choke and then throw it away, because actually a lot of the carpet in this car is in really good shape. So we are trying to preserve a lot of the bits and pieces, even possibly the front seats, even though they're pretty well hashed. We got the interior there, which is also in pretty good shape. So again, we're trying to keep it all somewhat well cared for as best I can. And now we're going to start looking at the rust. Might as well start at the rear of the car here, so you can see at the base of the tailgate there's a good amount of just through rust underneath this lip. Of course, that's kind of where things tend to collect under the seal, which is not there anymore. So I'm not actually entirely sure what I'm going to do about that. Oh, somebody's actually somebody has RTV'd it or corked it or something, so that's not great, because all that's going to do is make it worse. Oh yeah, thank you buddy, really appreciate your awesome work. Oof. Well, we're going to be wire wheeling the crap out of that, and I'm predicting bad things, and the whole thing is gone. Oof. So before we set into this clearly quite fragile metal with this terrifying thing, I'm going to do a little bit of gentle exploring. I'm not hopeful. Oh, come on. Wow, they glued this stuff on. Ugh. I'm the last person to comment really, but this is not the right way to do this. Wow. Hey buddy, come take a look at this. Because there's nothing there. Yeah, I'm gonna need to rebuild that somehow.
You know what, dude?
What?
You might be able to get a piece of like 1-inch box tube and just cut one side of it off and open it up and just stretch it across the whole thing.
Yeah, it's possible.
You could just cut all this out and go flat over it.
Yeah, but I could make a U-channel to fit in there and just contour it, because I can replicate this piece up here, lay it in under here, and then do it at a vertical, and then I can just tack it up on the inside.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. I kind of like your idea of just doing a flat
Going
piece.
over it smooth.
You remember I was talking about doing it the right way? We're not going to do it the right way.
Yeah. What's this wee shit? I'm not a hack. Because you don't want people on the Samba to think you're a hack.
I couldn't do it.
I'll have you know that this car was originally fuel injected and now it's not. So I'm not the only hack.
So sensitive. Right, well, I'm going to show you guys this and then we're going to continue investigating, because I'm not going to start fixing this now. I'm going to see the full extent of the work necessary, go home and cry a little bit, and then come back and start working. Why did I buy this car? Yeah, it's not pretty. So I believe I said on a previous video that if you really want to know about the rust on your vehicle, you use one of these. Why do we do this? So now that we've actually wire wheeled it, starting to get a real idea of what's going on. Hi Rachel.
Hello.
Check this out.
Yes, I came over to see what was happening.
Yeah, this sucks.
Did you not open the hatch when you first found us?
Oh yeah, we
did.
We did, and you could see there was rust there, so we knew it was a problem.
I mean,
But it's basically gone.
it's like a baby Swiss.
Little. Okay, so just to explain a little bit why I'm taking the taillights off, they're part of the rear fender obviously, but there's all sorts of little bolts that we're trying to find. That's one which is on the back that holds the fender on, but also down in here, see that guy there, if I can get it to focus. Come on, you can do it, there we go. That's also one we got to get to, which is inside the taillight housing obviously, or behind it. So that is what it is. So we're boxing them up nice and careful and actually being quite delicate about this, which is a rare thing for me. So it's a learning experience. She's the noisiest person I know. Before we take the fender off, Taylor pointed out that this piece of trim needs to come away because it does actually span the length of the car. Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was kind of going about it the right way then. That's scary. So that's the one that I broke. So I've discovered that just looking at these, get off my head.
Which one?
I don't think these are going to come out without a fight.
Nah, it'll be fine.
Nah.
Put a drill on it.
Mind your eyes.
Mind yours.
That's disappointing. Now I've got to guess what those are. I'm thinking of 12. Okay. It's bolt snapping time. 8 to 10. Look at that. Please. Let's try and work this a little more gently this time. Turn that way. Ooh, turn. Turn that way. They're off. Bugger it. Yeah. Thank you, those people in the comments who said I should be wearing eye pro. You're absolutely correct. Next. Well, this one's free. This one's coming out. Oh, this is sounding very, very crunchy. Oh, God. I think we're going to be remaking some panels under here. Next. Probably not much point in doing that one. It's funny how the ones that are not exposed to water are so easy to take out. Okay, now we move on to the ones on the inside of the car. Okay, I think I've got all the bolts. I think. It's not lifting off. What did I miss? Oh. 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 I am missing one. It's behind this little body cap, way up in the corner up here. Fortunately, all of these have been pretty loose. So now hopefully this will lift off. Nope. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, now it should lift off. What is going on? That is rock solid. There's got to be one up inside here somewhere. I'm thinking it's going to be up inside this. Yeah, she's a little crusty. The fending bolt that we're looking for actually is right there. You can see him. Got him, I think. Oh, I think we might have it. I don't even know where the grab is inside. No, I don't think we have it.
Oh, yeah, there's one under here.
You're kidding.
No.
That better not be welded.
Well, just wiggle it, it'll be fine. Yeah, that's where it's, yeah.
Jesus.
All right, get a flappy wheel.
Yeah, and remember kids, this is a cut-off wheel. This is not to be used for grinding.
Hey!
Hey! There we go. I mean,
The inside of the fender's great.
broke a bunch of bolts, but you know.
Whatever.
Okay, all right, so fender is off, and this is what the inside of that shit looks like. It's really complicated, which is a very, very German thing. There's lots of sort of structurally type beaded bits and pieces. The slight disappointment is that I was hoping to get to a lot of the rust that's on the inside here from this side of the wheel arch, but that's not possible because the thing is overbuilt like an absolute monster. Ooh, there's a couple of little holy bits down here. So apart from this bottom piece, which we did need to take the fender off for, really there wasn't a lot of point in doing that. But I get to treat some of this at least and make sure that it doesn't become a problem. And we'll take a look down here and just sort of see what's going on in all the really sort of deep, dank holes in this car, of which there are many. Tragically, that took more than a couple of hours. And now I'm going to the other side. So, second verse, same as the first. Hey! Oh yeah! Wait. It's good, yeah?
That's a bingo.
That's a bingo. Oh. Yeah, the inside of it.
It's funny because like this, very solid. Backside, not at all.
Right, get out of the way, numbnuts. Alright, well, this side is not quite so good. It's a little bit sort of bendy there. I'm pretty sure the fenders have come off. Down there, it's all much the same. I'm going to blow that out, or maybe vacuum it if I'm feeling less lazy. Oh, grommets popped. Okay, so that's definitely been out. A bit crusty up there. Usual stuff near the back, just got to be wire brushed and treated. That seal's gone. And then we come to this bit. Yeah, that's what I was sort of expecting on the other side. But oddly enough, it's a lot better down here, but not so good here. And then if we move to the inside, oy vey, that's going to be fun to clean up. Wire wheel time, I think. First thing I'm going to do is go to town in there with a screwdriver and find out just how much metal still exists. I'm guessing not much. Okay, exploratory surgery time. And this time I am wearing my iPro because it's going to be raining Volkswagen. And empty soda cans. Okay, once again the wire wheel reveals all, so I just set about the outside panel here, and yeah, you can see it's quite a bit bigger than it first appeared, just by using the wire wheel. And also, as we move to the bottom here, what looked relatively solid actually really isn't, all the way up to the door jamb. Inside, driver's side, big holes. Big holes, but they end about there, which is good. And then there's big holes, like huge holes under there, and more holes up here. So yeah, that's all, and that's the floor pan right there. Not really sure how we're going to deal with that, but sure it'll be fine. It's almost like there was a Volkswagen there or something. It's a week later. It's been a hell of a week. And now...
Hell of a week of doing all!
Well, in my real job where I earn money and enable you and all this.
Enable me.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going from the outside to the inside. And gonna see what the damage is. Before we do anything, gonna have to clean up all this mess in here. So, time to break out the vacuum and kind of go to town. used to this because it's usually me making the ungodly noise. Anyway, this is all the rust view from the inside of the car. This is the driver's side. And the trouble is we've got all this gubbins that needs to be moved out of the way. So I've taken a bunch of photographs of this. And now we're going to pull off the voltage regulator, flasher unit, and a few other bits and pieces. At least that's what I assume they are. And then we've got the main harness moving up into the engine bay. So kind of got to move all that out of the way. And again, we're just making sure we take photographs of all of this stuff before we disconnect anything, just to make sure we know how it goes back together again. Man, whatever sealer this is that Volkswagen used, it does not want to let go. But we got most of it off. So I can see a little bit more of what we're up against here. You're basically going to have to completely remanufacture this corner. And unfortunately, that's the floor pan down there. This is the corner that's kind of missing. So yeah, that's whole thing is going to have to be rebuilt, partly from the inside, partly from the outside. I'm going to continue stripping up the wheel arch, and particularly there, and we're going to break out the wire well and see how much damage we can do. Okay, well, cleaned up this corner a bit. No change really, just a lot of extra little holes, so I mean that whole area is going to have to be rebuilt. Right now I'm moving on to the driver's side, specifically this channel here. That's it's going to be a job, but first things first, I'm going to get some air in there and blow it out. This ought to be fun. Went about as well as predicted. A lot of big pieces of inner rocker just coming loose. Really not sure how we're gonna deal with that. I think that's heater channel maybe. It's not pretty in there. Not pretty at all. This came out of my rockers. So this was supposed to be an exploratory episode. Don't mind me, I'm talking to them. But we're about to actually do some permanent damage to this thing by cutting out one of the rockers.
It's not me. It's not me.
What?
I got no...
He told me to do this, so I'm going to do it because I sort of want to see what's in there and maybe see if we can clean this up because it's quite bad. This definitely has the potential to go badly wrong. Keep that as a template, and now we're going to get a really good look at what's going on inside here, as if we didn't know already. This is all On the other side, heater channel, which is kind of destroyed. And this is actually the top of the pinch weld. Which, oh man, that's kind of crazy. So we're going to be pulling out a lot of dead metal from in here. Pull this stuff here. Come on. Yeah, look at that. Great design, Volkswagen. Let's put hot, humid air through a cold piece of metal. That won't cause any problems at all. So here endeth the rust investigation because it went way further than I was planning on doing.
And you're still not done.
No, no. The last part of it is the trunk bed back here, which is actually really, really good. Apart from some scabby window bits. And the interesting thing is, we know about the hole here. Still got tar boards down there, and then this just the back end of the car's just not attached. But inside here, that right there is the body seal. There is no bottom to the channel at all. So we're just gonna have to remake the whole thing and try and rebuild the pinch welds inside there as well. So that's kind of what we're up against. Rebuilding this corner, rebuilding that corner, Volkswagen, and then rebuilding this channel section and trying to place it all in there, including reattaching these bolts. All the time the body will stay on the pan. Don't know how that's going to work. This side up here isn't actually terrible. Well, we don't really know what it looks like on the inside. So yeah, that's sort of what we're up against. So next time it's going to be a whole bunch of cutting and a whole bunch of fabricating. But I think right now, because we're all getting a bit bored, we're going to try and start the engine, because why wouldn't you? See you next time.
And so this is going to be like the video when I went to Noah's, and it literally cut from we're looking at the bus to, so we're going to the hospital now.